Are you enjoying yourself here in London? Are you enjoying yourself meeting fans?
Very much. London is very close to home. I'm from Copenhagen, Denmark, so this was very convenient for me to fly in. It's an hour and a half on a plane, so that was perfect. I have great friends here. London is always great to be in. I don't have a lot of time to see London this time because I'm leaving Sunday evening. Meeting fans is, we're so privileged to actually have the chance to meet the receivers of what we do. Because when you're on set working long hours, we have fun. It's great. I'm not complaining. But it's weird. You go back to your hotel room. I was in Canada shooting Legends. My hair is not really good, right? No. I was in Canada shooting Legends, and I had 2 kids and a wife. That sort of comes as a package. And going back from set and just settling into your hotel room and not knowing what the fuck you did actually all day, not meeting in the audience, it's a very different thing. So these conventions are so great that you actually meet people that enjoy what you do. So I'm very privileged to be invited to these things.
What was it like playing the big bad on Legends? How much fun did you have? What was it like on set?
It was a struggle. It was, I had so much fun, really. I really enjoy working and refining what I think something is stripping. What I'm good at. Playing the big bad is like, I always get cast back home in Denmark as the pretty boy or the homosexual. And I don't know why. But I guess the funny accent and the high hairlines was kind of working out for me. And when I auditioned for Vandal Savage, I had a little idea of who he was, and I started doing a lot of research, and I actually found out I looked like this guy. I could actually pull this off. So, and just being able to work with these great colleagues on a great show. I'm an adult, and we get to play with knives and fight, and just break things and say stupid words, and just I'm so privileged. It's I'm just smiling all over, so I guess you can see I really enjoyed it.
Now, there's a lot of hopping around in time in the show. Was there a particular time period that you were in that you enjoyed the most?
Yeah, I think actually, I don't know. I always end up answering the 50s. We shot the 50s with Joe Dante, like a legendary director, and just working with him was amazing. I don't know what was appealing about the 50s. I think it was the whole 50s aesthetics, the cars and the suits and the politeness and all that covered up in these. The 50s was. I think it was my favorite. Maybe not episode, but sort of time period to be in. I wanted to be sort of a pirate at once, if I could choose. But that's maybe in the future, I don't know.
How much of the fight scenes did you get to do in the show?
Oh, I really insist. It's really dripping here, but that's nice. It's London. I insist on doing as much as the fights as I'm capable of. I've been, training at a national theatre school in Denmark for 4 years, and not fighting is not incorporated in that, but we have a lot of sort of physical acting and stuff, and I find it really entertaining. So, I would say 80% I did myself, and of course, if they wanted to sort of throw me, out of a window, I'll call in my double, but I would actually ask for it. I could totally do that, and they were like, no, you are not allowed to. So, most of it, but we had a really, really strict time schedule. So usually I would get the fight scenes choreographed on video, like in the morning, and we would shoot it the same day. Like so, you have to learn your lines, and we changed that, by the way, and then you have to learn this fight. And I was just looking at my iPad, trying to sort of mirror what was going on, but we always ended up kind of doing, all of the fighting, and then covering it up with the doubles afterwards. So and I really missed that. That was a lot of fun. And me and Hawkman, we became really close friends, and we had this thing going on when we had the fights, that a few of the punches would be real, just between him and I, just to get that energy going. If we were tired at night, it was just, and doing the whole sequence, and suddenly I could just feel a fist to my face, like, BAM! Okay. You're up next, buddy. And then I would punch him in the stomach. Yeah, we're really close.
What was it like? What was your input in the character? Because there's such a long history with Vandal Savage, especially in the comics and his personal history. What did you put into it that made it your own interpretation?
Oh, well, that was probably my biggest fear when I got this part. I was like, all right, one thing is that I kind of look like the guy, but all the fans has a big history with this person. He's been around for a long time in the comics, and like on Smallville, there was like a little, not Vandal Savage, but Dr. Knox, right, or something, right? Yeah, and I wanted to make it my own, and not copy what was in the comics. But kind of, I don't know, I tried to put a lot of humor in it. And I tried to make him not just a one-dimensional evil person. I wanted to make him a person that you could actually relate to. And who, I actually see him as a modern politician. I think he thinks he's doing the right thing for the world. And a huge part of the world is just sitting watching me like, you're on the wrong track, buddy. So I don't know, I try to...
Pre-Trump then?
Yeah. They actually spelled my name wrong on my plane ticket. My name is Crump.
Yeah. Oh.
It didn't say Trump, but it said Crunk. So, and I was like, well, a good thing is that it's not Trump, and they laughed. But I don't know, I just try to make him like a whole person, make him a person that has feelings and can be sad and can be funny and can be, I see him as this ghostwriter, a ghostwriter riding on the highway, on the radio, comes a statement saying, there's a ghostwriter on that and that highway, and he's the one saying, well, he's not the only one. So he thinks that everyone else are going against him, and he's actually the guy in trouble, but not knowing it.
I think obviously with Legends, you're part of something truly unique in the shared TV universe that's been created and the show's part of. Can you talk about how you feel about being part of something that hasn't really been done before, and why you think it has finally worked with this family of shows?
I really think that the whole the format of series is like, it's really joking. The format of series is like the kind of, not the new black, but transforming all this content from comics can't be done in a feature a year or 2 features, and I totally get why they do it, and I would if I got offered one, I would totally do it. But the series format is perfect for this much content. Comics come out all the time, so to cramp that into an hour and a half twice a year is not enough. I think that's why it's working out, actually. And I think that's why Legends is working out, because it started. It wasn't the first one, but it's incorporating all these crossovers with Arrow and Flash and Supergirl now, and I know there's going to be more that I can't tell you guys about. And so I guess that's why it works out, and being a part of that is just amazing. Someone asked me, "Oh, wouldn't you just rather play Vandal Savage on the big screen?" I was like, "No, not really. I don't have that urge. I think this format for telling these stories are perfect." Excuse my English, by the way. I'm not from here. If my grammar goes all the way around.
When you were first offered the role of Vandal Savage, did you know that it was then going to go on to a larger, longer antagonist in Legends of Tomorrow, or did you think it was going to be the one?
Yeah, I knew it wasn't like a one episode thing. I knew it was like the main villain of season 1, at least.
Yeah.
That's but I kind of didn't know the character that much. I started researching, as I mentioned, and I just found out that this guy was actually. Because I get a lot of auditions, and you go like, I can't. That would never work out. But with this guy, I don't know. I just felt differently, and it was the worst audition I ever did. I shot it on my phone in my living room in Copenhagen, and I have 2 kids. At that time, I had 1. And it was I should pick her up from kindergarten, and I had no time, and the guy helping me out with the audition, he canceled on me. Like 20, it's really dripping. I'm just thinking about your equipment, guys. So he canceled on me, and I was like, oh shit, they need this tape in like 20 minutes. So I called up my neighbor, and he's never done anything like this, like reading lines or anything. So he came in, he's a really nice guy. And I said, just press record and read these lines, and I'll do my very best. And he did, but he thought that Vandal Savage was French. So he was like, so, Vandal Savage, what do you think? I was like, no, this is not working out. And in the middle of the audition, this brass band comes out in front of my apartment, just... And he was like speaking French to me, and I was sitting there all dressed up in long hair, and it was like, this is so fucked up. This is not going to work out. We did a few takes, and I was like, it was really one of those things. I was like, fuck it, just send it over and forget about it. 3 days later, they called back and said, that was amazing. You got the job. I was like, you kidding me?
You got a brass band?
Yeah, so that was perfect. So a big thanks to the brass band. Great soundtrack for Vandal Savage.